All right, welcome back to First Attempt Weightlifting. This is John Filippini, and with me is Aaron Adams.
What's up?
So first off, of course, this video is an email submission. If you have videos that you want us to take a look at, please send them in an email to us at firstattemptweightlifting@gmail.com. Of course, as always, if you like what we're talking about here, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. We always love to get the positive feedback. All right, so this video is from Dan, obviously at the Falls Church Barbell Club. You guys can see the banner in the background there. Shout out to those guys. He's got a couple thoughts, particularly on the jerk, but we're going to go ahead and actually talk about some of what he's got in his email he wants to pay attention to. But first, we're going to play the video.
Pretty studly.
Yeah, he's a pretty good lifter right here. He's got a fantastic lift going on here. So we're going to take a very, very brief look at the clean, just to cover all our bases, but we're going to fast forward to the jerk pretty fast here. Generally speaking, Aaron, I think you'd agree that this is a pretty solid looking clean.
Yeah.
We've got this. He's got solid balance. He's pulling the bar in close, maybe a tiny bit of arm bend, but it's pretty minor. Same thing. He extends. We'd like to see a little bit more, his hips shoot back a little bit more extension, but honestly, this is, most of your diminishing returns, he's got pretty solid technique here.
All I would say is just give me a little bit more. That's all it really turns out to. I would just say give me more oomph. I need more acceleration, more violence on the bar. Really put something on it as opposed to just lifting it, which is what it looked like he did. I mean, he lifted the barbell beautifully. It was awesome.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and now we're going to take a look at the jerk, which is the thing he had a bunch of questions about.
Which also looks, at first sight, really good.
Yeah.
Really
honestly.
amazing.
So let's take a look at some of what he was saying in his email real fast. He's talking about, obviously my clean is far from perfect, even though obviously the two of us think it's pretty good, but I struggle more with the jerk. One thing I always notice in my videos is that in the jerk, my front foot always lands before my rear foot. I know it should be the opposite. Also, and then he goes on to basically say a couple things he's worried about: his knee being a little too far forward on his front foot, where he's not stepping out quite far enough, and he's worried his back leg doesn't quite have enough load on it. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at those details. First off, obviously, to cover the base here, his dip and drive, I'm very happy with.
Yeah, I mean, his hips move back a little bit, not really that crucial. He makes the adjustment. It's clearly he's strong enough to do it. It's well within the margin for error.
Yeah, totally. Now let's go ahead and take a look. He was talking about the timing of his feet landing, and I would agree that his front foot definitely does come down first. He's already landed right here before his back foot lands. If you guys can see that, we're going to just zoom in on that we've got right here. That front foot is landed, but that back toe is still a little bit off the ground.
Right.
Now, you do want the back foot to land just a hair forward, and honestly, this is usually a small enough difference that most people shouldn't think about it too much.
Right.
But if you have the front foot land first, what's usually going to happen is that it's going to push the athlete back behind the bar. That's been my experience.
And I've had a lot of international coaches, just in conversations at Junior World Championships and stuff like that, say, you land on the back foot first so that you can push yourself through the bar. And that's a crucial thing.
It's a cool cue.
And that's taught all over the world, not just in the United States. And I think it honestly should be taught a little bit more. And that's the crucial thing. Just hit the back foot first, just a little bit. But it's not something you can really consciously think about. That's something that I think you need to train with repetition.
Yeah, think about the frame here as far as you've got from here. So front foot lands, back foot lands. Like that, it's like one frame difference. You're talking 1 or 2 frames difference in the other direction.
Right.
You're talking very small differences here.
That's hardly enough for your neurological system to make that adjustment off the bat. It's going to take some time and some practice and constant, basically just doing it over and over again.
Yeah, and this leads to the second piece. The only other thing I might comment on is that from here, his back foot lands, but you can still see while he's in this position, his arms are definitely, he's still got some bend in those arms.
Right. Now, I'm not too sad about this because I see this quite often, and my big cue is to make sure that that back knee isn't bent yet. Because then what happens is I always say, you push yourself under the bar. Now, in this case, you can see it's a little bit forward.
But this leads to the order of operations for the feet, doesn't it?
I completely agree.
That if his back leg is not yet bent, but the foot's down and the front foot is not down with the arms bent, now you're going to be in a position where you can, again, push yourself forward under the bar and get what you're about to say, which is that shock absorbing effect.
Right, exactly. And that's a perfectly fair assessment. I probably would just train that cue of making sure that they're pushing under the bar and everything and making sure that their feet land evenly. But I don't disagree with you at all. And you can see it actually takes place. Here you can see how that shift back in the torso happens, and that's a consequence of his front foot hitting forward.
I don't know if you guys can see that, but if you're basically, he receives the weight here, and you can watch as his hips start to drive backwards ever so slightly there. That position of him rocking backwards, that's taking the bar actually with him just a hair. That from here, rather than the bar settling on top of him, he's got the bar moving downwards this direction, just back behind him that his torso's following with. It's very slight, though.
Right. Again, this is something that just constant drilling will help.
Jerk supports, jerk recoveries, things like that.
Yeah.
Technically, you're at the diminishing returns point. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah, man, you're good. This is a great example of you're fine. You're literally fine. Keep practicing. Work on the movement. You're good. Get stronger, and then you'll be fine. There's always going to be some errors. Be okay with it. It's small stuff. You can be a champion with this, man. Seriously. Looks good.
It's not to say that you don't keep trying, but, at this point, get strong. Do that as well, but get strong, and that's the big thing you got to focus on.
Always get stronger, people.
Heck yeah. All right. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys want, feel free, if you like this, let us know on Facebook, all the other platforms, like, comment, share, etc. And again, if you want your video reviewed, please email us at firstattemptweightlifting@gmail.com.
Talk to y'all soon.
Take care.